everybody. Welcome into Domesticated Gamblers, three dads with our favorite picks of the day, coming to you each and every weekday. It's February 21st, 2023. I'm Eric. Hey, Sean is back, and where's
Hello,
Tito?
darkness, my old friend. I've come to answer you again. I'm in the darkness like Sean was too. I hope you're feeling good like me. And the darkness has risen and he's back again. Hey, Fish, how are you, big boy? You doing good? You feeling good?
Yeah, I'm doing all right. I watched the show yesterday, and I heard you say that strep throat wasn't a real thing. So, as someone who has suffered from this most of his life, 2 to 3 times a year, um, I would honestly say it's not a good look to be coming on here giving medical advice. That's a lawsuit I'm not looking for. And so I did a little research today. Worldwide, the CDC has estimated a death toll at 500,000 people die annually of strep throat. It also can cause long-term health issues like heart conditions and other long-lasting liver problems. So, and I know this firsthand. So, and then you say the NFL created COVID, and this is just not something that I'm looking for when it comes to YouTube. This will be out there forever. I would go into the dark if I was you. I'm sure your place of employment doesn't like that, talk about COVID. So let's just keep the medical advice to the professionals and not Tito.
Yeah, as you probably may have known, I did give a hot take yesterday related to all those things, and I did preface everything by saying I was totally kidding and it wasn't really legitimate, and that it was all in fun. So, I do make light of certain situations, and while the Ulrich household is immune to strep, I do know that it's a real disease, and of course, the NFL did not create COVID. And so, if I offended anyone, I do apologize. And Fish, I'm sorry that I maybe offended
Just,
you, but I thought I would introduce you like that from the darkness and into the light.
I
So
just,
I do apologize if I
I just,
offended you.
I can't believe what I heard. It was unbelievable to me. Dr. Ulrich here. I didn't know he has PhD from Lindenwood, but I guess he did.
Well, we have that marketing budget for the Visa gift cards for our fans of the weeks and our commenters of the week. That might have to be going to hire an attorney. I don't know if they accept like $10 Chipotle gift cards as payment. I don't know. We're gonna have to figure that out. Well, we're going to get away from Tito's medical advice and just remind people, if you're watching us on YouTube, to do us a favor and smash the like button, subscribe to our channel. It's a real easy way to help us out, and we can chat with you in the comments in our videos, so feel free to get involved with the show that way. And hit the notification bell too, so you can get our videos as soon as we drop them. Show also available on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. If you listen on Apple, take a minute, give us a 5-star rating and write a quick review. We got a few of those on there, so thank you guys very much. I could use a few more, so if you are listening to the show but want to watch us, just go to youtube.com/@domesticatedgamblers. Also on TikTok, I think Tito's kids take control of that account, so you might see some interesting content on there. Just search Domesticated Gamblers to find us, and also follow us on Twitter @GamblingDad. So Sean, how are you feeling today? Otherwise, or do you have any hot takes that you need to get off your chest here today?
Yeah, so I'm feeling a lot better. Throat's still a little swollen, but I can power through this. I've had it I don't know how many times in my life. My kid gave it to me this time. But yeah, the Battlehawks talk from yesterday. You two guys sit here and say I'm not real interested, but in 5 weeks, if they're 5-0, you both will be sending me call like every other St. Louis fan. We're a bunch of suckers here in St. Louis. If they win, everyone will be wearing Battlehawks gear and saying call, getting drunk down at the Dome. Everybody will be doing it. They'll be filling the Dome with 50,000 people if they're 5-0 here in a couple of weeks. Guaranteed. Tito will be one of them too. Call. So I'm tired of the phony stuff. You guys are going to love the Battlehawks if they win. Let's just be real honest about it.
What a terrible take. Absolutely not. What a fraud of a league. It was a complete embarrassment on Sunday. My interest.
I'm not talking about the league. I'm talking about the fandom. And if they win, you'll be going call.
Not a chance. Tito
Yes,
is
you will. Well, you might not now because I called you out.
Tito's a far bigger fan. I'm not a bandwagon fan like you are, Daddy, when it comes to the
Bandwagon.
Cardinals or when it comes to the Blues or any of this stuff. I got my fandom going on. It's the STL City MLS team coming up. I got season tickets. I got far too much
Whoop you
interest in that
do.
versus the caw crap that you want to spew about. I'm not this so-called bandweather fan or whatever you want to call it, bandwagon fan that you are. Woof. What a terrible take. I'm not going to be caw-cawing nothing. I'll be poo-pooing that take all day long. That's what I'll be doing.
I'm not no fair weather fan, bud. I've been a fan of the same teams I've always been since I've been a kid, and you can check with my family and mark it down, boy. I am not a fair weather fan. Never have, never will be.
Well, I'm going to be continuing on with the tradition of agreeing with Sean on most points on the show because Sean is correct. If they are 5-0, I will be on board. I did see their next game, as horrible as the football was, their next game is this Thursday night at 8 p.m. And as I mentioned before, 8 p.m. is my sweet spot for watching sporting events. The kid goes to bed right about 8 o'clock. I love me an 8 p.m. start. It's Thursday night. There's really not much else going on in the sporting world for me. I just checked the schedule. No college hoops that of interest for that night. I'm going to be watching the Battlehawks.
Yes.
I'm going to regret it. It's going to be 3-3 at halftime again, but God damn it, if they win and they're 2-0, I'm in. F it.
See, and you're 90% of St. Louis fans right now, and this Cronky joker says we can't support a team. We'll support Caw if they win. Guarantee it.
Tito, are you going to watch the game on Thursday night at 8 p.m. after the kids are in bed?
Absolutely not. Thursday night's a busy night for Tito. I got coaching duties going on. I got pickup basketball Thursday nights. I absolutely will not be watching this. Complete embarrassment of a league. Terrible rules. Total trash players. Like I said, getting players that were relevant back 15 years ago that have hot girlfriends or hot wives now. What an embarrassment of a league. Won't be interested. Not interested. Won't be interested on Thursdays. Terrible that the fact that the XFL, whoever schedules that, I got a bunch of problems with a bunch of schedulers. The CYC schedulers are complete trash. The XFL, you're going to have the first three games for the Battlehawks with a city that supported this team. You're going to have it on the road. That first game should have been in St. Louis. If Sean is the so-called sharp that he is, he would notice that they didn't schedule the first three games on the road for a reason. So it's a complete embarrassment.
Well, I'm not going to say why
trash.
because I don't know why. There could have been already something pre-planned at the Dome. Who knows why? I'm not going to get into why this or why they did that.
The tractor pull that was at the Dome this past weekend couldn't have been rescheduled. You're 100% right on that. There's nothing going on at the Dome over the next 3 weeks. They had Monster Jam there like a month ago. They had the RV or the car show a couple months ago. There's nothing going on at the Dome. Anyone that's in St. Louis knows that there's nothing going on at the Dome. And the fact that they can't book it for the first 3 weeks is a complete embarrassment of a league. The Rock and his so-called partner don't know what the hell they're doing. Complete trash league. We've given it way too much time and energy as it is on this show. This reputable show needs to be talking about more important things like college basketball or March Madness or Arch Madness, baby. That's what we should be talking about, not this trash league, the XFL.
How about we talk about Tito's picks? Maybe Tito will want to stay in the XFL because Tito, you've hit a rough patch here, buddy. 1-8 over your last 9 picks. Tito, your reaction and how do you respond from here?
I mean, go figure, right? I'm not a gambling man. I don't really know what the hell I'm doing here. I don't know the difference between a 1-star and a 3-star play. My picks are just random Joe Public picks. I'm just looking at stats. I'm looking at what's going on, and I'm making my plays. Are my plays 100%? No, absolutely not. The fact that I got off to such an astronomical advantage the first 2 months of the show, or the first month of the show, proves what kind of fan I am, and the fact that I hit this rust match is no big deal. I'm still up like probably 50 G's. I don't even know. It doesn't even matter. My points are on point. My hot toilet takes are still fire, and everything that I say is 100% honest and truthful. So yeah, I went on a rough spot. What do you do? You were on a rough spot the first month of the season. Sean, he can't cash anything but 3-star plays. When he goes head-to-head against Tito, he's a complete embarrassment.
Sean, you said this was going to happen to Tito. You said at some point The beginner's luck's going to wear off. And
Something
it's how does he respond when adversity strikes? And he's not responding well so far.
Yeah, there's something. I've been around jokers like Tito my whole life who've been gambling for a little bit, or especially, well, he's got a fake bankroll on this one, but real guys who gamble, and everyone starts out hot, and it's a little. It's called every blind squirrel finds a nut, and that's where I'm at. Tito found a couple of nuts on a knockout play that he hit, and then he hit a 3 TD play, or he's pretty close to even right now. So I hope he continues to win because I'm always about sharing the love. I killed my ego years ago. It's the best thing for me. I should have nothing but love for you guys, and hopefully Tito can maybe this will humble him a little bit, and he'll show a little love to us and not attack us. I think Tito's going to turn it around here tonight.
Tito, you are still up in the positive for February. You were plus $30. You were 16 and 19 on the month, plus $30. Overall, still in first place, 32 and 28, plus $2,420. So you were still the leader in the clubhouse. This was going to happen at some point. It will happen to every single person. Have you given any thought at all to lowering your stars on some of these plays? Are you going to just continue to hammer out these 3-star plays?
I mean, if I think it's a 3-star play, Danny's going to say it's a 3-star play, baby. So you better take it with a grain of salt and better be fading Tito fast right now because Tito's on this 1-9, 1-18 stretch. I don't even know what it is. It doesn't even matter to me. I'm throwing out these plays left and right. I'm not sitting back on my laurels like you guys are. Sean doesn't even pick for like 8 weeks in a row. Eric is sitting on his bankroll. I mean, these are complete embarrassments. I'm the only one actually throwing out any bets, any plays right now, and I'm trying to do the very best I can. But again, folks, I'm not really a bettor. I'm not a gambler. So when I see a line that's negative like 220, I don't really know what that means. When I see that someone's getting plus points, I say, okay, that looks good. Let's take the points. I don't even know what the 3-star or 2-star or 1-star plays are. It doesn't even matter to me. If I think someone's going to hit, it's a 3-star play, Jack.
It's funny. You say a lot of things like everything I say is 100% accurate. And then you say, you guys haven't made any picks. We've made more picks than you. So that's just not truthful.
Yeah, I
don't even
feel
know what
really
they're
good.
talking about.
Sean, you've now made 109 picks. You're 57 and 52, which that percentage is not where you want it to be. But 3-star plays have been outstanding. You're plus $1,610 overall. For February, you're 25 and 31 and plus $250. And I know you've said, Sean, and like this is not your time of year. Once the Super Bowl ends, you're kind of biding some time. I'm sure you'll hop into March Madness at some point. Probably not nearly as much volume as I will have, but just like tell me your perception of like, and I guess maybe even like on a serious note, like for a gambler, that maybe a sport is not their expertise or time of the year, just kind of like, I don't really make my money here. Like, how do you really approach this both on the show and in real life?
Yeah, in real life, I learned the hard way chasing these kind of games that I have I'm not up to date on any of these players, where they're coming from. I don't know who's on these college teams at all. I have no clue. But in the NFL, I know almost every damn roster pretty fucking well. So that's where my edges are, and that's where I'm going to live. But as a real life gambler, what I'm starting to do on the show is what I really do. The 6, 7 plays a night, it's just not for me when I don't have these edges. I don't know who the hell these guys are up shooting threes from half court. I have no idea. But like Eric said, a lot of times when March Madness rolls around, I want to gamble a little bit, and I'll see where the public's at, and I'll try to fade the public a little bit and try to get a good lean on a game or two. And then maybe we will take advantage of some 3-star plays at that point. But yeah, I'm still having fun with it. So I'm having a good time.
Yeah, I think too, like, I know you really thrive at examining the markets of the public and the sharps and what they're doing. And like on February 21st, the Kent State Ball State game tonight, there's not exactly probably a ton of action on those. But once we get to the conference tournament starting late next week, and then especially the big tournament, you don't have to know anything about college basketball, just read the markets, right?
Exactly. I've been digging into college baseball a little bit. Also, they have no split bets on college baseball at all. So there's tons and tons of edges in college baseball right now as a gambler. I've been listening to Visa Network. Some guys are digging into college baseball because it's available on DraftKings now. And these guys are getting excited about some edges that we can find. And so I'm definitely going to be tuning in every day to that show to just try to get my head into college baseball a little bit where we can make some money. Money's money.
Split bets. You referenced their split bets. What does that mean?
So when I showed you the scores and odds, and we have percentage of bets with percentage of money. So they call that split bets. So you got 63% of the bets, but you got 80% of the money. In college baseball, none of that's available. So the books don't really know, and the public doesn't really know where the money's going.
Interesting. Another sport that I referenced Sean Kerner from the Action Network as a guy that I trust because he's not just like an analyst of like, ooh, let me see how I think I have an opinion on this guy. He's like I don't know if he has a doctorate, but he's all about numbers, data, and analytics, and he crushes the WNBA. So if you really want some degenerate action, Tito, tail some W. I don't even know when their season is. I don't even know if it's going on right now. But WNBA
not going on right now. A bunch of free agency going on right now. A bunch of trades. A bunch of people moving teams. And ESPN's trying their best to make that market a huge success for them because they got the rights. But yeah, nothing going on right now with the WNBA. That's in the summertime, big man.
Yeah, I think you're right. It looks like it's a
start. The ladies need to get out there and support the WNBA.
Oh boy, I think we got to get away from this real quick. These women don't support their league. Did you see the ESPN anchor that got in trouble the other day for he was doing highlights of a women's game?
Yeah, I did.
And then the next game was a Michigan State men's game. He goes, okay, now let's take a look at the real basketball. I can't remember exactly what he said. But yeah, that was getting a little dicey. You got to be careful. Remember Don Imus back in the day when he made an unfortunate comment about the Rutgers women's basketball team and their hairstyles. Oh boy. Yeah.
I mean, I would love to see WNBA get going, but it's gonna, you got to have more support than just the males. We can only get so drunk in the bars and scream at sports for so many sports. We got NFL, we got NBA, we got NHL, we got it all. So I love seeing the men with their shirts off, getting drunk at, in the bars. But come on in, women, come on in, join us. We'll show you the ropes.
All right, I think Tito said we should move on to our question of the day. Sean, did you prepare one? I have one. If you don't have one,
he would think that that's more controversial than strep throat not being a disease. He would think.
Well, Sean, I have one prepared. If you don't, do you have a question of the day for us today?
Yes, I do. This is one that a lot of barbecues I've been over to Eric's house that he's always lacking in, and this is top 3 condiments of all time. Whenever we go to Eric, well, he's a lot better about it now, but back in the day, it was just like ketchup only.
So top 3 condiments for a barbecue?
Just any of all time.
Tito, are you a condiment guy?
I'm going to be sitting this one on. I think I like ketchup. I like pickles. And I don't really have anything else for condiment reasons. I guess maybe mustard. Maybe for burgers, but I don't like anything. I like ketchup on a hot dog. I like ketchup on a burger. I like pickles on a burger. I like mustard on a burger. And that's pretty much it. And here's a hot take, Daddy. I like ketchup on steak too. Oh, it's gonna break the internet. Oh, Tito likes ketchup on a steak. How dare he? How dare he do that, right, Sean? Oh, you're gonna have a hot take for me, Daddy?
No, you're a grown man, child, and I figured you like ketchup on your
steak. That does sound like a grown man, child. All right, I think I have my answers. So I've been working from home a lot more lately. And so I'm trying to eat better, eating lunch at home. So I'm buying a lot of lunch meat from the deli at Schnucks. And I've discovered this Boar's Head brand spicy chipotle spread. I'd have to go up to my fridge and grab it, but it's like this orange bottle. I put it on my roast beef and turkey sandwich with some cheese and some spinach. It is the right kind of spice. I love me some spice. So that's probably my number one in the clubhouse right now. Schnucks, Schnucks, please sponsor our show. I would just continue to plug you. The Schnucks brand barbecue sauce. I just grilled out on Sunday night, actually, Sean, and some burgers and some brats. and just the schnooks. I think it's a sweet and spicy or sweet and smoky, perhaps a barbecue sauce. Really, really good. And then the last one, maybe a controversial take. So I'm usually a Chick-fil-A guy.
Yes.
But there was one day recently, I think it was just a couple weekends ago, that we were out and we drove by Raising Cane's, and we were all hungry. Me and my wife and my daughter. My little one loved the chicken tenders from pretty much anywhere. I said, you know what? We're going to Raising Cane's.
Living it up a little bit.
What's that?
Living it up a little bit.
Yeah, living it up a little bit. So it's a very basic menu, which I enjoy. You can only get like 4 combos you can choose from, and then there's a kids meal, and they give you a sauce that comes with it. I don't know what it was. I don't know if it's a mix of like ketchup and mayo and hot sauce or something. It was freaking outstanding. I was dipping the crinkly cut fries in there. I was dipping the chicky tenders in there. It was terrific. I hadn't been to Raising Cane's in probably 3 or 4 years. I will be back. I enjoyed it. So I think those are my top 3.
I like that. Very good top 3. You've grown up in your condiment days. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I still don't eat ketchup and still don't eat mustard. Sorry.
I mean, those are the classics. Those are the goats. But me being a millennial, mine are a little bit different. Number one, give me the Chick-fil-A sauce. It's phenomenal. Dip it in the French fries. Dip it in the chicken sandwich. Dip it in anything you want. Apples, oranges. Who gives a shit? It's great. I love Chick-fil-A sauce. We get like 50 of them in a bag anytime we get Chick-fil-A. We got them in the fridge left over. Number 2, sweet and sour from McDonald's. It is phenomenal. Best sweet and sour around. You get your fry, you dip it in the sweet and sour. It's just the best. And then number 3 is ranch. You can't go wrong with ranch. Anything ranch, it's the best. Everybody loves ranch seasoning, ranch on this, ranch on that. So those are my top 3.
I like that. Yeah, ranch, I think, was like my gateway drug when it came to condiments, because I was never a ketchup guy, never a mustard guy. But then I think I remember where I was at. I was at Seamus McDaniel's. I don't know if you've been to that restaurant before in Dogtown. It's freaking outstanding. They are not bashful with the portions that you get of your sandwiches and your burgers and your fries. And they gave me some ranch with my fries. And I started dipping the fries in the ranch. I'm like, this is really, really good.
Yes.
And then I started putting ranch in everything. Ranch, I would say, I still have to tip my cap to ranch. It's not my favorite because I have these other options now. But yeah, the ranch dressing, or the ranch, dip that you'll use for pretty much anything. A very versatile condiment. I'm a big fan of that.
It's the number 1 used condiment in America.
Is that right?
Yes.
I guess I shouldn't be surprised by that. Well, all this food talk.
Chicken, they have all kinds of ranch stuff now. Ranch salads, all this stuff.
Oh yeah, no, that's a good go-to. Well, I'm going to give another question of the day because I'm enjoying the grab ass, and Tito, you might have more hot takes on this. So I know we had a show last week, I think, Sean, you missed, where we discussed 3 favorite brands of frozen pizza, and Tito's eyes lit up as if like he could ramble on all day about it, and I would have been happy to listen to it. But Tito, here's another one for you, buddy. I still owe you guys burgers that I am ready to take you out to anytime to pay my January debt to you. So this got me thinking, Tito. The best 3 fast food burgers. So, if you had to have your choice of all the different burgers out there, if you're out with the kids and I gotta take them somewhere and I'm gonna grab a burger. What are your top 3 places of where you go to get one?
Wow, man, that's a great question of the day. It's far better than whatever Fish just asked. That was a terrible question of the day. Terrible take.
Well,
I can't stand any of it.
And you only like
And
that.
so man, top 3 burgers from a fast food place. Man, geez, like there's a lot to be there, lot to be desired there. I know for me, number 3 has got to have to always be White Castle. Absolutely love White Castle. I wouldn't know if you would consider that a burger or a slider, but I'm considering it a burger. I could demolish about 38, White Castles in one sitting, man, and I just absolutely love them. The onions are fantastic. Just everything about it. I love how it makes my butthole explode the next morning. Absolutely delightful for me. I love that. Number 2, I have to go with probably Five Guys. Five Guys makes a great burger. I don't know if you would consider that fast food, but that's something I get when I consider fast food. But that's an absolute monster of a burger. they also loaded up with with different pickles and all that fun stuff, and just the thickness to it. The double burger was just delightful for me. And then number one, it's clear cut. It's a no brainer. It's an insta ship, insta call. Wendy's. Wendy's has a phenomenal burger. The square is awesome. The thickness, the juiciness. I've never had a bad Wendy's burger ever. I just absolutely demolished those two. One burger fills me up within about 30 seconds. But yeah, absolute delightful. Those are my top three. And if you guys have anything else, they're complete frauds. Don't even consider what these guys are going to tell you, folks. Tito knows his burger game and his fast food burger game. Rest assured, there's a lot of stories behind each one of those different picks, and so don't listen to these jokers if there's anything different.
Sean, you have thoughts on this one?
He said don't say anything, so goes over, I guess.
Goes over.
Top three fast food burgers. Man, I don't really eat burgers anymore, hardly at all. But I have devoured a lot of burgers in my day. I would have to go with number one. Well, I don't know. Let me think about this. Why don't you go ahead, Eric?
All right, I am prepared. Tito, I agree with you on the Wendy's call. It is number 3 on my list, though. So my daughter, she loves Wendy's, and she loves number 2 on my list, which I'll give out in just a second because I'm getting better at teasing. I agree. The Wendy's burger, I don't know what it is. It's the patty. It's just like it's like the square, almost like I get a double stack usually when I'm there, and it's on the value menu. I get a plain double stack, and it's these 2 burgers that are not like full size huge burgers, but you get a little bit of American cheese in it. It's just like the perfect amount. I don't know what it is, but it's just so good. So I'm a big Wendy's guy. Anytime I really want one of those, or number 2 on my list, which is Culver's, I would just ask Andy, like, hey, I was thinking about going to get something to eat. Where do you want to go? Because I know she's going to say Wendy's or Culver's. Tito, I can't believe you don't like Culver's. The butter burger, it's so good. It is. You can taste the buttery bun on it. And then you pair it with those Wisconsin cheese curds. Oh my God, it is just so good. A cheese curd is my favorite side, as opposed to any kind. I love fries. We need to have a fries question of the day on one of these. Yeah. Tito has a very particular taste buds, I think is what he has. But Culver's, I just had it this weekend. It was quite the treat. If the flavor of the day is on point, you get that as well. You just load it up, and you feel really good about yourself after you're done. And the number one answer for me, Tito, I don't know if you've had this one yet. They're not as, around as Wendy's and Culver's. They're, not as common. But Shake Shack. Shake Shack has a location down in the Central West End. There's another one in Chesterfield that's just pretty close to my hood, but I have not been to this one yet. But just the burgers are phenomenal. You got to get some fries and some ice cream with it as well. Don't have it often. Maybe just a couple times a year. But Shake Shack, you cannot beat it. So those are my top 3, Wendy's, Culver's, and Shake Shack. Sean, how about you?
Yeah, number 3 for me is Culver's. The mushroom and Swiss burger is phenomenal. Their bun is just the best with the butter bun. It's great. I forgot about Culver's. That is a go-to of mine. Number 2, forgotten favorite here in St. Louis, Steak and Shake. Oh, man. I love a good Steak and Shake burger. Been in there plenty of nights, buzzed up, getting me a double cheeseburger with some fries. And number 1, Eric, Shake Shack. We tried that bad boy out when it first opened up. I don't even know, 3 or 4 years ago. Just love the cheese sauce that goes on there.
Ooh,
my God.
Yeah.
Just Shake Shack. You get a shake with your burger. Oh, fuck. It is great. I would love to eat that shit all the time, but I'll die soon if I do.
Tito, I think you forgot about how Sean and I just agree on everything, and we just leave you out in the pasture. Or you're getting a reminder here today.
Yeah, it's totally common. I was used to it. I'm kind of totally used to it now. I knew that our bromance over the last week or so, when this guy totally deserted us for the darkness, wasn't going to last very long. So we've met our maker today, and so you guys can have your bromance back and slob over each other's knobs all day long. It's totally fine with Tito.
You asked about Tito's taste buds, and they are as a child's taste buds is what he has. Ketchup, mustard only. You can tell he's the baby in the family. Mommy and daddy never made him try his vegetables.
I feel like I haven't had a Jack in the Box in a long time.
Oh,
Tito, I know you're very fond of Jack in the Box back in the day, and this gets back to our Battlehawks conversation. I don't know if you guys saw this. So because the Battlehawks won on Sunday, for the rest of Sunday and all day yesterday on Monday, they had a promotion with Jack in the Box where you get 2 free tacos with the purchase of a drink. Now, this probably seems like a little bit of a ripoff because I feel like the drink purchase is they're really just trying to get you right there. You know what I mean? I don't need a soda. I want water if I'm going to get some fast food. But I saw the Jack in the Box promo. I go, okay, Battlehawks. I think they know their demographic. They want those men in their 20s, 30s, and 40s to enjoy some Jack in the Box, get liquored up, and then cheer on the Battlehawks to victory. Fuck it. I'm going to watch the game on Thursday. I'm going to be excited. I'm ready for it. Sean, did you watch the game or did you follow it? I'm assuming you saw the highlights, but what's your take on like the game itself?
I didn't watch any of it besides when I walked into the basketball game on Sunday. They had it going on. I walked over there. I watched the very last play of us getting the win. Tito told me it was pretty bad. Some guys at work told me it was pretty bad, 100 yards of offense or something like that. So I haven't watched it all. I probably won't watch because I don't really get bought into bandwagon stuff. I just know Eric. I know Tito will be calling as well. He says he's not right now, but he will be by the end of the year. He might even be at the stadium with a big Battlehawk painted on his chest. That's the kind of fandom that he is. So we'll see what ends up happening here by the end of the year.
Tito, I guess we can talk about this next week, but I just cannot stop thinking about the MLS. And I don't care if this show's trying to reach everyone outside of St. Louis. It's like the only thing on my mind is this game on Saturday night against Austin, the season opener.
Is that on the road?
It's on the road. The home opener is my birthday, March 4th, Saturday. Tito, I know you will be in attendance. What is your plan for a St. Louis City SC game day? I guess whether it's on the road or at home, what's your plans for how to attack the day?
Yeah, so I was blessed enough to get season tickets. Obviously, I've been telling people that ever since the show started, and I've been shining it to the moontops. I'm super excited. It's going to be awesome. We went to the exhibition game back in November with some family and friends, and it was amazing seeing City Park and seeing it lit up and seeing all the fans in there with their scarves and with their kits is awesome. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be simply awesome. I can't wait. Having season tickets with my brother, it's something that we're doing together. It's a huge thing for us. Our dad introduced us to soccer. We lost my dad a couple of years ago. I know how excited he was whenever they announced that the MLS team was coming. He was going to be our third guy to go to the game with us next Saturday night, but we're going to honor his memory by taking my other brother, and we're going to, it's going to be great. On game days, we're going to head down there early in the afternoon, head up a spot, across the street, Maggie O'Brien's, which is a local bar that they totally redid, and gonna, obviously, go over there and have some drinks and just really, really get fired up for the game. On away games, the MLS does it right. If you're season ticket members, you get the MLS package with Apple Plus for free, and so we get a free subscription to all the MLS games. So my brother and I are going to be spending a lot of time together, watching those games together, and sharing that account. And so, yeah, that's what the plan is this Saturday night. And I'm really looking forward to it. I think they're going to be a great team. Even if they're not a great team, it's going to be an electric atmosphere over the next several years. And they're going to bring a championship here to St. Louis, hopefully within the next 5 to 10 years.
Yeah, I really hope so, man. And I looked again for it last night. I still cannot find it. If someone out there watching this can find point totals for MLS teams where you can bet the over or the under for the season, my God, please drop a comment because you want to ship the over on the St. Louis City SC point total. Sean, I don't know if you saw this. They have the worst odds of any team in the league to win the MLS Cup, which means they're going to have the lowest.
It's expansion team, so
right.
I wouldn't expect anything less. Anytime a brand new team comes in the league, I think NHL does MLS Do they do the rules like the NHL does, where you get to pick players?
Well, that's with any team. Any team that goes in, yeah, there is a format of an expansion draft with every major league team. So the NHL has done it, NBA has done it, MLB has done
Right.
it. So they've all done it. So yeah, there was
Yeah.
that aspect to it for MLS, and then there was also the super draft where they could pick college players.
Historically, the NHL expansion teams always do better than most of the other teams. NFL, NBA, they've all really struggled. I don't know if that's because of the caps are smaller in the NHL, so the pay difference, they're trying to unload better players later in their contracts or what.
They've made some adjustments. So yeah, when Vegas was introduced to the NHL, you're right. Historically, expansion teams in the NHL were off to hot starts, but they revamped everything after Vegas made it to the Cup Finals, and they redid it when Seattle got introduced to the
I got
league. So
it.
yeah, but yeah, they've adjusted that. That's NHL's still a garage league as well. What a fraud of a league that is. That is another hot take, Daddy. And so yeah, so MLS does it the right way, just like all of the other major sports. So if we could find lightning in a bottle like the Battlehawks were back in 2020, maybe something like that could happen. But I was telling everyone yesterday that Bradley Carnell, the MLS coach for the city, is got a lot of experience with MLS teams. He was an assistant coach with New York, and so he's got a lot of success there. And they're doing it the right way. They're building it the right way. Goalies fantastic. They're going to be built on defense, and so it's going to be really exciting to watch for sure.
Yeah, it's good for the region to have XFL and MLS. Summertime's going to be popping. Spring, spring. It's going to be good for downtown revenue, baby.
I can't wait for it. I'm gonna have to put a bet on the first game, especially if I can. If I can find this point total bet I want to make, I could just bet on that, and I'm good for the season. But I just looked at the odds of Bovada. So Austin is minus 195 on the money line on Saturday night. You bet the draw, it's plus 350. And if you want to bet on City to win the game, Tito, you can get plus 500. So you do a 3-star play on City to win their season opener at Austin. Bet 300 to win 1,500. Something to consider. I'm just saying.
Yeah, so clearly you don't really remember my play for Lindenwood, my very first official play for the show. I let my fandom take over, and it backfired on me. Obviously, Lindenwood, complete fraud of a university when it comes to athletics. They have a great mass communication programs that Tito is an alumnus for, and I absolutely love their mass communication department. But when it comes to athletics, and besides soccer, complete fraud of an athletic program there. I hope you see this, Lindenwood. Come at me, baby. Drop a comment on this. You're a terrible fraud Division I program. You're never going to make the tournament. You're an absolute fraud. Whatever Ohio Valley, whatever conference you're in, that's a trash conference. You're terrible. This is absolutely an abomination. So no, Tito will not be betting on the MLS team. My fandom is right there as a fan. I know exactly where my hedges are, where my edges are, and so won't be doing that. I've had the opportunity to go for Dookie a couple of times, have not, because again, huge fan, don't want to have that impacted with the outcome and have my fandom be questioned. And so you'll see me make plays on these embarrassments of universities like Kansas. I'll be betting on Kansas one way or the other because they're a complete fraud of a university as well. So big whoop. There you go, Tagger. Your daily Kansas University fraud. There you go. I hit all the buzzwords for you, Tagger. Woo!
Big win for the Jayhawks last night. I will say I did live bet the Jayhawks. I got a little bonus bet opportunity that was presented to me. I shipped it on the Jayhawks last night live late in the game. I knew they were going to get that thing done, and indeed they did. So the gambling's been going well lately. I'm seeing the board well, and it is time to get to the picks. I do not have the honors today, though, because if you just trace it back, Sean actually gets to go first, even though he hasn't made a pick since Friday. Tito and I have lost money since then. So, Sean, if you are ready, or unless you need more time, I think I gave the records out earlier in the show. So if you're ready to give out your picks for tonight, feel free, my friend.
I need a few minutes.
All right, no problem. We just St. Louis City. I'm up next because I've lost less than Tito lately. St. Louis City SC is going to be providing me a lot of emotional risk management opportunities as the season continues on. I have an emotional risk management play tonight that I'm going to give out here in just a minute. I did push in my only play yesterday with the over in that Ducks-Panthers game, so didn't lose any money yesterday. I have one play in the NHL tonight. This is one that I initiated myself. It's gotten the Godson Tie stamp of approval. Vancouver and Nashville, over 6.5. This is a 10-0 run that the Canucks are on with their games going over 6.5 goals. It's also hitting 16 of their last 18 games. So I'm just going to continue to ride that. And if it loses, it loses. I'm going to do a one-star play on that one. It's a -125 on BetMGM.
What a shock. Oh, God, so done. Stamp of approval on an over of 6.5 in the NHL. Oh, my God, color me surprised. Well, guess what, Eric? Tito coming over the top on you, Daddy. We're taking the under on that. And there you go. Another 3-star play for Tito. We got to get this train back on the right track. We got to get up to over 10K before March. And let's go, baby. We're coming over the top on you, Daddy.
I love it. I love to hear it. It'll make the game exciting to track tonight. When you're giving your picks out, Tito, I'm going to find the odds on that so we know what you're laying. But I would imagine you're getting plus money on that. I do have 3 bets in college hoops tonight, so I got a lot of action. So maybe one of you be coming over the top on me. These are all one-star plays. I'm taking Xavier, Tito's favorite team. Xavier, -4.5. I'm taking East Carolina, -2. And I'm taking Mississippi State on the money line at Mizzou. You can find that at +155 on FanDuel. That is a mix of emotional risk management and the fact I just think this is a bad matchup for Mizzou. Bulldogs play very similar to Texas A&M, and we saw how that worked out for Mizzou this past weekend. Tigers also scored only 52 points in Starkville in the first meeting this season. And if Mizzou loses this game, look out, because there are some other teams that are surging right now. Mizzou might end up on the bubble if they have a bad loss in one of their final 3 games after tonight. So that's what I got for college basketball tonight.
Well, guess what, everybody? Tito coming back over the top with that Mizzou pick. Complete fraud of a pick. How can you be taking Mississippi State on the road at MIZ? Complete fraud. Mizzou going to get right late tonight, and we're going to take the money line. We're going to go 3-star play. They're going to make it right. They're going to hit their 3-point shots. They're going to hit their free throws. We're going to go back with MIZ. Let's go, MIZ. Let's go, Kobe Brown. I got to have you drop 35 tonight, and you got to hit your free throws. And let's go, Mr. Gates. Uh-oh, baby. You're going to be on the bubble if you lose this game, like Eric said. Uh-oh. So we're going to take MIZ, 3-star play money line, over the top. Again on Eric.
I so hope you're right on this. I want to lose this one-star play, just a one-star play so badly, because I'm starting to get nervous. If they lose this game, it's not the worst thing in the world. But their last 3 games are at LSU, at Georgia, at home against Ole Miss. There's a really good chance they drop one of those 2 road games against bad teams. And if that happens, it's bubble time. And makes me really nervous. I really want to watch this team in the tournament a few weeks from now. Real quick, sorry I'm running a little bit long. Champions League tomorrow, Inter Milan against Porto. I'm going under 2.5 goals for a 1-star play. That's -132 on Bovada. Also have a pending 3-star play in the Champions League. I have that parlay on Man City and Napoli to qualify for the next round. That's a -153. Napoli had their first leg this afternoon. They beat Frankfurt on the road 2-0. So that's off to a great start. Man City's in action tomorrow against RB Leipzig in their first leg. So that's all I got. Tito, as we mentioned earlier, in your first rough patch here for the year, losing 8 of your last 9. Gave out the records earlier. You got 2 picks. You're sharpshooting me on already. Anything else you got tonight?
My plan was to sharpshoot you tonight. I was going to sharpshoot Fish, but we're running late on time. So those are my 2 plays for tonight, Daddy.
All right, I thought you were going to hop on Xavier with me. I thought that was your pet team. Well, maybe you'll sharpshoot Sean on one of his picks. Sean, are you ready to give out any of your picks for this evening?
I am. I'm going to start with the college baseball, a futures bet here, a 30-1. We're going to go with TCU to win the title. We can get that at 30-1. Visa Network threw me on that one, and I like the guy's information, backing that up. So we're going to put that out there, 30-1, 1-star play. Eric, I'm going to join you on East Carolina. I had it at 1.5. I saw it at 1.5.
Keep going. I'll track it.
Okay. And then we're going to go with Texas A&M money line -150 for a 1-star play. Then we're going to go to an emotional game tonight for Michigan State, first time back after the shooting. And we're going to take Michigan State tonight, and we're going to take them money line as well, -160 for a 1-star play. This is kind of one of those Buffalo Bills situations here. I just don't see Michigan State losing this game outright.
Yeah, Tommy Izzo needs it, man. He needs it bad.
And it's a revenge game. So give me that. Then give me Baylor money line -130 for a 1-star play. And then we're going to throw a little parlay in there tonight. We're going to go with a 2-team. This is a 2-star play, -134 parlay. We got Texas money line, and we got Xavier money line on the parlay.
All right, very good. I like that. I do see East Carolina -1.5, but you got to lay -115. Do you want to do that, or you just want to take the 2?
We'll take the 2.
All right. So we're on the same one on that one.
And I give you A&M as well, right?
Yep.
All right.
A&M on the money line.
Over the top, Tito.
Don't thank you, Daddy.
Feel pretty good tonight.
Yeah, a lot of action tonight. Tito, I'm still trying to find your odds. Give me a hot take on something.
Oh, you want a hot take? These kids at school, my kids had an early dismissal today. What the hell is going on with early dismissals? Why do we keep sending kids to school and having them taken out early? I don't understand it. What a complete fun that is.
I'll give you a hot take on that. Our school district's talking about going to 4 days a week.
4 days a week.
Don't stick your tongue out, brother.
We should be going to school 365 days a year. There should be no summer breaks. Tito never had summer breaks. I had to walk to school. There was no buses. I had to buy new.
You're talking about 4 days a week, school week. Are you kidding me? Off every Friday? Come on. These teachers don't work during the summer. Now they need Fridays off so they can workshop. Get out of here.
Boy.
Just keep going up. Cut more hours at school.
Only way the 4-day school week's going to work is if they do a 4-day work week.
Yeah.
God, I want that to happen in my working lifetime, but I'm not sure we're going to get it.
Someone's got to work the weekends to keep it going, though.
Yeah, that's very true. Tito, both your plays coming over the top of me, you can find them on DraftKings. I'm giving you +115 on the under in the Vancouver-Nashville game, and the Mizzou money line's -165. That's the best you can find. So make sure to get all this documented. We'll throw it on the pick tracker at the end of the show. So if you're enjoying the show today, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to our YouTube channel, hit the notification bell so you're getting our videos as soon as we drop them. And something else I'm probably forgetting.
One last thing, I am super excited for our flag football team. We are getting released the rosters tonight, so I've been checking my email nonstop. I hope I get some great talent this year. We're going to be running some reverses, some flea flickers. I'm super excited. I'm going to bring home a title this year, baby.
So you're the head coach of this ball club, huh?
Yeah. Last year was my first year. We went 7-3.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's some coach of the year opportunity right there.
Going against the high school head coach, though, he's tough.
I remember you saying, Sean, like, because all the times we complain about bad coaching in the NFL, just like these guys don't know what the hell they're doing. And then you're down there like, oh, God, I'm just trying to focus on the next play call and all that, right? Like,
it was like total blinders going on. It's like, what's going on? It took me like 4 or 5 games to get the feel of everything. Like, I need a timeout right now. All right, let's relax.
Man, I could give a hot take, but I'm going to stay away. I know we got to wrap it up. Wow.
We will wrap it up.
We know, Tito, you're the best coach. We know.
Tito's a seasoned vet now as a head coach. Just remind people, you can listen to the show on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. If you do listen, want to watch us, go to youtube.com/@domesticatedgamblers. Guys, I did enjoy the show today. I enjoyed the sports talk, the food talk. It's getting me really hungry. Remember, guys, if you're enjoying the show as well, please share the show with your friends and family. Share our videos on social media. We want to continue to grow this thing. So thanks for tuning in for another episode of Domesticated Gamblers. For Sean, for Tito, I'm Eric. Thanks for being with us, guys, and we will see you tomorrow.
Yeah, let's cash.